The thing about that Asmo is, I planned mine like months ahead. I don't know about the Niji folk. Anyway, welcome. Welcome. Asmo's here. Teddy is, I think, hosting at least. Oh, Crystal, thank you for the follow. Crystal Princessu. Hello there. Hello, my name is HattyDrago, and I'll get into more detail about my whole vibe, but I'm a Dream Eater VTuber stuck in this library here that you see. And uh, Asmo, ever the promoter, I see. Very good, very good. Yes, please spread the word if you would like. I'm gonna be very light with this, considering we had the past 2 days of Hollow-Star debuts and Iluna debuting soon. Am I? Hold on. Ha-da-da! Is that any better, Asmo? That could be it too. Oh, I'm just realizing how bad that chat window looks. I'll have to fix that later. Get you an actual chat box. This is very scuffed, as I was just on vacation. I couldn't prepare enough. Keep going a bit? Sarah! Sarah dear! Hello! Oh my goodness, I'm seeing so many familiar faces. Thank you, Sarah! Dappity boo! This is as far as I dare. Put the mic up. Maybe I'm just quiet. Demiurge! Hello! Welcome! Welcome, welcome. Oh, Sarah, thank you for the follow! Oh my goodness, this is very exciting. The reception is warming my heart. Excellent! Thank you, Asmo. Thank you for sound check. But yes, this is my first time coming back to streaming for about a few years now. If you hunt down on YouTube, there are videos of my flesh self. Don't worry about it. But this is my formal debut as a VTuber. I would show you the whole model. Actually, wait, I think I can. Hang on. Hang on. There's a way for me to do this. And I've shown this to a few people already. Because what I'm using is all of the free nonsense, so I can't, what's the word? I can't go about it willy-nilly. I can't move my model so you can see my bottom half like many can. Here we go. Blocking me a bit there, that's fine. There we go. So this is the full model. If I could show it, I would. Well, I'm showing it now. I kind of just went with VRoid Studio for the freeness, and it had some good customization to it. What did I miss? Yay. FleshTuber, yeah, yes. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you. I worked very hard on the outfit. Disco! My good buddy. Disco's one of my IRL friends. He'll be here, hanging out. No worries, Disco. Thank you. I don't know if I can mod anyone, but he's probably gonna be, like, my first mod, if he wants to. Yes, yes, thank you. So, for my FleshTuber self, I do have a degree in computer animation, so I know how modeling a 3D model and texturing works, so I was able to alter the outfit a bit. The shirt design that you see with the, I think I can zoom in on myself actually a little bit here. Nope, not very much. I'm gonna give up on that. The, like, laces and stuff, I drew that. It's also a little scuffed, but I tried. Thank you, thank you. Alright. And, I decided to give myself tights. I don't really wear tights, but I thought they looked nice. So anyways, let's get on with the slides, because I'm sure you want to know more about me, and I do enjoy talking. About anything, not just myself. I am HattyDragos. I am also using Google Slides. This is probably the most scuffed part about this, because we're gonna have to readjust everything probably. Who just followed me? Ayabrea, hello. Thank you for the follow. This is good. I'm gonna have to readjust, I think, some things. Here it is. We love a scuffed scenario. That's fine. Because I want to see chat while I'm doing this. Oh, Asmo, thank you for the follow. Okay, there we go. Now we're centered. Google Slides collage presentation vibes. Yes. It's not entirely last minute. There is one slide at the end that is very last minute, and if you're in Invicta's Discord, you'll know what I'm talking about. So yes, my name is HattyDrago. This has actually been my online moniker for a while now, so you might find me on various video games, Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone, etc. I remember those days of school with last-minute presentations. Same. We didn't have Google Slides back in my day. I wish. It would have been a lot easier. I think we had it for university, but not much else. Now let me pull up the thing again. For me. There it is. Alright. It's me, HattyDrago. Here's my basic information. Am I block? I'm not blocking any, but good. So, 'tis me. Gotta go prepare some stuff, but see you around. Alright, thank you for dropping by, Crystal. Thank you. So, I'm 5'3", because height is so important. I am the short, if we go by comparing to any of the tall VTuber boys. Followed, wanted to support. Oh, thank you, Ibrea. Yes, Disco, PowerPoint. Heh. So, my species of Dream Eater is a Dream Eater. I think I'm a demon. I kind of just put that as an assumption. The bloodline for Dream Eaters is a very, very long one, and it could very well be that, like, I might be something else. But demon is what I assume. And my occupation is librarian, but I'm not paid for it, nor am I here by choice. We'll get to that in a moment with my lore. As for languages, I speak English fluently. Chotomo Nihongo hanashimasu. That's probably slightly butchered, but I do speak Japanese. I'm survivable at it. If you played the game Parasite Eve for PS1. Oh, very cool. I'll have to check out your streams then. I do enjoy learning more about older games. But, you know, my Japanese is survivable at best. I lived in Japan many, many years ago as a foreign exchange student, but that was too long ago, and I have not been able to practice it very often, so went away for the most part. Now for lore, this is where I'm very excited, because I love the lore I came up with for myself. Oh, in Japan it was lovely. So let's see, it was 2009 that I went. Went during the summer. Started in the summer. 10 months later, left to come back to the States to graduate high school. And throughout all that was going to high school, had the whole Japanese high school anime experience. It was an all-girls school besides, like, the music program. They had some guys, but, you know, we never interacted with them. And I had a very colorful cast of characters, if I may say, in my class. They were all very unique. And for some reason, I didn't even know this until later. Definitely a private school, because all of the field trips were, like, super extravagant. Would have random days where, you know, the principal would be like, hey, announcement time. We're all going to go see a theater play in town. And I'm just like, where did this come from? What? They're fun. So to my lore, I'm a Dream Eater. And kind of similar to the Baku from Japanese mythology. Oh, 2009. Did you ever get to travel to the villages or really cool? I did. I did get to travel to cultural spots. Let's see. I lived. This might dox me slightly, but you'd have to hunt for it. Who cares? So I lived in Sendai, Japan, for my foreign exchange trip, and nearby is, I want to say it's called Matsushima, and they're all these little tiny islands that are off the coast of Miyagi Prefecture, where Sendai is, and the past tsunami that happened kind of wrecked it a little bit, but that's normal. It always gets wrecked. Well, I'm glad I'm aging all of you. I was high school back then, senior in high school for the American folks. Turned 18 in 2010. Dream Eater from Kingdom Hearts. See, I think that's the second time I've seen that reference. Someone else referenced that. I might have to look into to make sure I'm not. What's the word? It didn't come to mind when I came up with the concept, you know? Because I did used to play Kingdom Hearts as a kid. I had Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, sweet. Osmo, you sweet son. What is the Game of Thrones phrase? You sweet summer child. But thankful you're here all the same. But yes, so lore-wise, I love this concept. It's a species of Dream Eater that, rather than eating the entirety of a dream itself, each individual Dream Eater eats something in particular from a dream. So, for me, it's knowledge. I go into your dream if you're like, kind of miss some of my old high school friends. Aw, that's good. Yeah, high school friends, huh? Oh, okay. I'll have to look that up, Brea. But yeah, no, so while I eat knowledge, I'll go into a dream, and while that dream is occurring, I'll go somewhere in the depths of their mind and find some form of obscure knowledge that I didn't know before, or something interesting, at the very least, to be able to munch on and get nutrients. For other examples, my sister, she is a dream eater that likes to eat love. And it's not like this is a, one-sided parasite type of deal. As I love to give knowledge as well as eat it. My sister is the same. She loves to give love as much as she wants to eat love, as it were. And then my mother, she eats gratitude, or the concept of gratitude. That one's a more complex one to describe. But long ago, when I was young, I was exploring an old library, because books are the best source of knowledge. I don't just eat knowledge from dreams. I can also open up a book and kind of absorb the essence of its knowledge as I'm reading it. Very fun. So I was at the library doing that, and there's this no good, scummy wizard that placed a curse on me, and now I'm trapped here. Very, very, very not great. Still don't know where that wizard is. I'm going to hunt him down at some point. How? If I'm stuck in this library? Well, I am very smart. I figured out a loophole. So, if someone checks out one of the books from the library, I can go visit that book. So I've made a bunch of loopholes for myself. We'll have just like a bag with a book in my car so I can teleport to my car and drive away. It's very what's the word? Loopholes is the key word here. Full of loopholes. Alright. Oh yeah, I clicked away. So that's the lore. I'm a dream eater stuck in a library who loves to eat knowledge and can only escape through the books. Now on to, this is very kind of Niji-sanji debut-esque, where I have all these slides with all the likes and dislikes. It's mostly just likes. I don't have a lot of dislikes. So, and I'm more than happy to delve into more specifics of all of this. Oh. Perhaps not. I'm wondering if they are the spicier variety, because I tend to, let's see, taste and run. So, anywho, for the likes and dislikes, well, mostly likes, one of my favorite hobbies is just hunting down knowledge. Probably, says Asmo. Understandable. So, knowledge hunting is a big... Oh, you've been having some spicy dreams. Being in any of the Discord servers that we've been in, that is a true case. Speaking of which, I do not have a Discord server yet, so don't go looking for one. At least not yet. I'm gonna wait till I hit affiliate at some point, and then I will consider making a Discord for all of you to hang out in. It'll be fun. It'll be a nice little library. Yes. Oh, you and me both, Asmo. So for my first like here, knowledge hunting. I like just going onto the internet and looking up stuff. Whenever there's something that I have no idea what it is, I'll just look it up. I'm not one of those types where it's like I get offended by not knowing something. No. I love figuring out what things are. Especially if it's some kind of historical fact, like some random anecdote of history. Like, let's see. I want to say there was this one Florida FCAT, that's what it was called. This Florida test exam that I had many years ago. And it had something about one of the first race car drivers. And one of the big interesting facts was when he got to be older, he was just driving around his neighborhood on a lawnmower, going, I'm the best racer in town, and it was just fine. I love learning stuff like that. Cultural staples, like food, festivals and stuff, especially food. I love food. While I get nutrients from knowledge, they don't compare to having just a nice, juicy steak in your mouth, or a burrito, or any sort of other cultural staple food. And then, of course, internet gaming culture. I love looking up what's going on in gaming. I mostly follow Magic the Gathering and Monster Hunter these days. Keep tabs on other games such as Minecraft and all the indie games. Anything to do with E3, really. As I am stuck in a library, of course I love literature. Actually, how does this look when I highlight it? Oh, you guys can't even see me highlight it. No, that doesn't matter. Yes, I am. I like to think that I'm very cultured. And a lot of that discussion of how cultured I am will be saved for another time, as this is Twitch and there is a TOS. I would like to not break it immediately. So, literature. I love I actually have somewhere, I forget where I put it, but I have the complete works of Shakespeare in just one nice, tidy little volume. It's my goal at some point, if anyone is ever interested in a stream of this kind, I want to read Shakespeare. I want to just open up some Shakespeare and read through it. Do all sorts of little voices for all the characters. Perhaps I'm going to do the Italian accent, or some of the other accents that I will ultimately butcher, because I'm not in the presence of a speaker. Also love storybook tales. I have somewhere else, not next to me, of course, a big book full of grim tales and other storybook tales from across the globe. And it was my mother's textbook for college at some point. And we've just had it for a while. And I've been wanting to read through those as well, because there are some interesting ones. Mythology is also another very big interest of mine. I've studied mythology since I was young. Mostly mythological creatures, like dragons and demons and other creatures that can be very easily made into VTubers. And then other fiction is just kind of a blanket term for like anything more modern, I suppose. I'm also big into art. I used to go to art camp every single summer. So I'm trained in a lot of the classic arts. And I'm just now starting to get back into digital art and with Procreate on the iPad. So a lot of the art assets you see with the channel, and actually let me move about a bit here. So this screen here, I'm going to turn off the music. This screen here with its little animation, I made this. This is mine. It took a lot of effort, and it's still kind of rough around the edges. But yeah, quite proud of that one. The flickering lights and dreariness and such. And then I also, you'll see this later, this is my end slide that I literally made today in like 2 hours. This will be updated at some point, I'm sure, but I needed something for when we end the stream. So yes, I very much like art. And animation. I've always been a big fan of animated movies. Anime, of course, being one of my favorites. Grew up on Pokemon and Hamtaro. Now on to music. I like a lot of music. If I'm gonna go to like 3 go-tos, it would be electronic or electronic dance music or European dance music. Bass Hunter being a big one from my childhood. Daft Punk being another big one. Avicii and... what's the other one? There's a lot of them. Rock is another big one of mine, whether it be like the Elvis, the king of rock, who, in comparison to other rock, I actually don't consider rock. The Beatles is also very, very fun. Grew up on both of them. And then some of the more hard metal, hard rock, also enjoy. And then, of course, with all the anime I watch, gotta love anime music. One of these days, I do aim to do some karaoke, so you might hear me sing some of that. For food and drink, like I mentioned before, I love food. I love food so much. Just, I want to eat all of it. My favorite go-tos are Italian, as my flesh self am like quarter Italian. Dream mask. Shukakadu. Hello, Shukakadu. Welcome to the library. Just going over some of my likes and very few dislikes. Oh, I actually skipped it. So, music is one of my very few things where I actually have a dislike. I don't like country. Yeah, this is a library. Oh, yes, you just came in, huh? So, my name is HattyDrago. I am a Dream Eater of Knowledge VTuber, and I was trapped in a library by a mage. So, while I get to eat all the book knowledge that I want, it becomes difficult to explore outside and eat from people's dreams. But if you come in and check out a book, maybe I'll be in your dreams. That was my tea. Speaking of tea, I love coffee and tea. I used to work as a barista. Someone had my book and took it with them to their work, and I just got hired from there. And it's fun. I like making coffee. I like making tea. Both are very good and full of caffeine. My 3 go-to, like, food styles are Italian, because I'm, like, quarter Italian. I did work at Starbucks, yeah. I worked at Starbucks and I worked at Joffrey's. And if you know what Joffrey's is, that's very, like, niche Florida coffee place that is inside Disney World. So I can tell you all of the secrets of the Starbucks. My go-to beverage, if I were to go to Starbucks, though, it would be, let's see, what is it called now? Starbucks, it used to be called the Starbucks Double Shot on Ice. I know they changed the name. And then you switch out the classic syrup for white mocha. Very good. Just one shot of it, though. Then as just Japanese, because Japanese food is another favorite, because I lived in Japan for 10 months. Did I say 10 years at some point by mistake? No. 10 months. Oh. Do-do-do-do. Shukakadu, thank you for the follow. Did that mess anything up? No, it did not. Okay. So, let's see. Oh, and Mexican food is just a big staple food that I quite enjoy. Whether it be back in the day when my mom will have Taco Tuesdays for fun, or if I'm just going out to Taco Bell, which is not true Mexican food, but, you know. And then as just a blanket statement, anything savory, anything sweet are my 2 favorite tastes. You give me a steak and give me a lava cake afterwards, I'm gonna be in heaven. And for dislikes, I hate pineapple. Pineapple's my enemy. On the argument of if pineapple belongs on pizza, no. Only because it's pineapple and I hate it. If they do enjoy the Taco Bell, then that is good on them. Taco Bell is actually pretty good. I think it's like the most cost-efficient place to go now, even for fast food. Because, like, you go to McDonald's, and unless you're getting only stuff from the dollar menu, it costs like $12. No, not So, I hate pineapple, but that does not mean I dislike people putting pineapple on pizza. If you enjoy that, go for it. It's not for me, though. I will not take away your joy of pineapples. I even accidentally tried pineapple again the other day, and I continue to realize that I hate it. And then I also dislike mint. I'm fine with peppermint, like a candy cane, but mint gum or mint flavor in certain things. Although this is something that I probably should try again in the future. Now on to games. Oh, can you eat pineapple on pizza for $1? $10. But sure. Like, it's not that I'm allergic to it or anything. I just don't like it. It's one of those things where, like, I personally will eat anything. I will especially eat anything once. I've had sea urchin, I've had whale, I've had alligator jerky. I've had many things. And I'm always lenient to try things again. For games here, I'm a big fan of card games. That's where I got my start. I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was in elementary school, due to a tragic Yeah, I would try horse meat. I haven't tried it yet, but I would try it. For sure. In regards to the card games, started with Yu-Gi-Oh! Quit due to a tragic accident involving someone taking all my cards. I dropped it. Continued playing Magic the Gathering, though, and I still have a bunch of those cards. Haven't been playing recently, just haven't gotten around to getting out. Yes. And that's, we'll get to one thing with Genshin Impact later, but yes, Genshin Impact is one of the games that I play the most often these days. I think it's just a nice, it has its problems, as a lot of games do, but for the most part, it's really good. I personally am a Xiao main. Been a Xiao main for a while now. I have a Zhongli at C2. My number one husbando, the reason I played the game in the first place. Then I have quite a lot of them, actually. And I think that's part of the problem with Genshin Impact is, like, it's either you don't have enough characters, so a lot of the content gets locked out to you, or you have too many characters, and it becomes overwhelming to try to build them all. Very much so. I am very much a nerd. So my birthday, May 2nd, there is another very nerdy VTuber that has the same birthday, May 2nd, and that's Shu Yamino from EGN. I think that birthday is just the birthday of nerds, honestly, at this point. Oh, right. I have who I call my little brother. He's 2 years younger than me, but he is also May 2nd, and he is also a nerd. Asmo mainly has Zhongli, Xiao, Kaya, and Diluc. Working on maining Ayato and Arataki Ito. I also have Ayato and Ito as part of my parties. A fun comp that one sec. Currently drinking some tea. Had a little burpsies there. So for Ayato, I recommend, and actually, tomorrow I'm going to be streaming Genshin, actually, on the NA server. And I'll probably show off some of my builds, but I have an Ayato build where I use him, Bennett at C6, Toma, and Shinsho for basically a Vapor build. It's very fun. One game that I've been playing a lot often is Monster Hunter Rise with the Sunbreak Edition. I play it on Switch and don't have a capture card yet, so I will not be playing that on stream yet. But if I ever get around to buying the game again on PC, I will probably do a very interesting speed run of getting to Sunbreak content as fast as possible. That'll be good. As Asmo found out before, yep, there it is. Otome games. I love them. We'll talk more about them later as well. But 2D men, on point. Oh, we're bearing with the Asmo. Count me in. Hopefully I could co-op with you, but my laptop might die with the connection. We can try. We'll see. I do have to do a lot of the story content because I'm not caught up on the current event quests. As I was in the middle of the woods last week, there was not a lot of me playing games at all while I was up there. TTRPGs, if you don't know what that is, that stands for Tabletop Role-Playing Games. Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, all sorts of very fun interactive games like that. I'm actually in the middle of trying to come up with Dungeons and Dragons versions of the Invicta brothers. If you don't know about Invicta, they're 5 very handsome VTuber men. And, well, I think they would be a perfect adventure party. Oh no, I'm already done with all that too. I'm talking about just like the event with the Golden Archipelago coming back. Ah. And then puzzle games. I haven't been able to play a lot of puzzle games lately, but I do have a few of them on my schedule that I'll be showing off later. I do also enjoy Minecraft. I'm very hopeful that we'll soon start to play. That I'll start to play Minecraft with more people at some point. Rhythm games, I can only ever really fit one rhythm game on my phone at a time, but I do quite like them. Lenota is one of my favorites. Ensemble Stars has been pretty good lately. And then Pokemon is an older favorite of mine. I haven't played it in a while. Ooh, what did you? Just gotta finish Cleomona's story quest before I can start the archipelago stuff. Yep, story quests are very, very important. I still also have to do Kazuha's story quest that just came out. I have had poor Kazuha for over a year, and he finally got a story quest. Very good for him. And as just like a roundabout of other likes before we get to the next slide, which is even more important. But I love animals. I love wordplay, puns and such. I love to sing. And astrology is a very big hobby of mine. These were just things that I couldn't fit into another category that are also things I enjoy. Moving on. The word blob of a slide. All of my favorite anime and manga. When I was making this presentation, I was having the worst time trying to fit all the anime and manga into the previous slide. Eventually I gave up and I just put them all on here. There's too many to go through all of them, but I like them all for different reasons. But Gintama is absolutely my favorite anime of all time. No questions asked. It is absolutely hilarious. It gets super emotional eventually. Has grade A voice actors. Sugita being one of my favorite voice actors of all time. And it's so good. It's so good. The fact that it lasted like over 10 years is phenomenal. And then Majin Tante no ga Minero is one of my favorite manga of all time. And that one's a little more niche. It's from Shonen Jump. I would absolutely, if I could legally do so, do a read-along of that manga. Because it's so good. The anime doesn't do the manga art style justice, even though the anime of it is fairly good besides the ending. I could rave about it all day. A lot of these are Shonen Jump, because that's what I ended up starting with. A few of these... Oh, yes, Gintama, yes. Gintama is amazing. It's my favorite. See, I would say favorite characters. Gintoki is definitely one of my favorite... Gintoki's my favorite character, I think. Yeah. Very close. Oh yes, Rave Masters. That one's another childhood anime of mine. That it's one of those ones where I think I watched the entirety of it, but not always in the right order, because I'd be catching it on like Toonami or Adult Swim at one point or another. And a lot of these, there's some that I ended up finding out about because of my boyfriend, because we both... Ooh, yes, Psycho-Pass is another favorite of mine. Psycho-Pass is actually because of another anime, Katekyo Hitman Reborn. The mangaka for Reborn is the character designer for Psycho-Pass, so that's why I ended up getting into Psycho-Pass. Thank you. I like to think that I made like a nice curated list. There's a good amount of Shonen Jump on here. There's a few niche ones that I don't think a lot of people would know about. I also just very vaguely have reverse harem anime on here. I could dedicate an entire stream to just talking about a tier list of the best reverse harem anime, because I think I've seen quite a lot of them, if not all of them. I definitely need to rewatch Code Realize. I was literally just going through a list of reverse harem anime the other day, and Code Realize is one that I've watched but I've forgotten about, so I'll have to fix that. There's a few of these anime, actually, Dragon Maid and Ancient Magus's Bride, particularly, that me and my boyfriend actually ended up starting watching together under his recommendation. And they're so good. I love good, nice slice of life romance stuff. Yeah, that tends to happen with all that, Asma. Thank you, Shukadu. I'm glad that you quite enjoy the anime manga list I have here. And yeah, Luna shooting up as it's doing is definitely a factor because of how rampant Ian's growth has become within the last few months. Luxium exploded, Noctix exploded, and then Luna is exploding more as a result. Thank you. Perhaps I'll have to put this as one of my finer achievements. For next slide, what do I have? Movie, TV, and online content. Speaking of Niji Sanji, I do have that on here for VTubers. So for me, with VTubers, right? I got started, I knew about Iron Mouse for a while because of Connor, Sea Dog VA. It is the first mixed EN wave, which is very interesting. Mixed gender, I should say. But I only got heavily into following VTubers because of, funny enough, Obey Me, actually. The one of the otome games that I play. Trying to collect my thoughts here. So I was following a lot of artists. Oh yes. I have many Thank you. I'm glad I'm catching your attention with that. Honestly, I would have made a much thorough list of webtoons if I could have, but I had to make room for other stuff. I could always pull up my webtoons subscription list and just tell you about all of them, but maybe another time. But yeah, no, I ended up getting into VTubing and wanting to VTube myself. Kind of started with a bunch of people that I followed because of Obey Me were talking about Mista when Luxium came out. And I was like, who's this dude? But it wasn't Mista that got me initially hooked onto VTubers, it was Vox. Which, behind the scenes, I'm still watching Vox's 24-hour 1 million subscriber celebration. It's just muted. He's playing Minecraft, by the way. Probably one of my favorite streams. Anyways. So Niji Sanji is why I got interested into the VTuber culture in the first place. And interested in becoming a VTuber. But Invicta are the reasons that I really ramped up to become one. They're all just a friendly bunch of lads. So, actually, I don't think it is Solo Leveling Land. Let me look. Why is Webtoon's search engine just the absolute worst? Yeah, I don't think I actually read Solo Leveling. I'm not as big of a fan of all the tower-based webtoons. There is an exception that I'm reading right now because I think it's interesting. He's already completed the tower, but there's more to it. Where is it? The World After the Fall. That one's interesting. Niji Sanji got me into VTubers too because I stumbled upon, I think, Lucas stream in a collab between Shoto and Vox. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And then I put VTuber on here for me. I also never read Solo Leveling, so you're with me on that. Actually, I just put up my subscribed list. What do I have here for webtoons? I have There Must Be a Happy Ending, The Remarried Empress, My In-Laws Are Obsessed with Me, My Gently Raised Beast, Lore Olympus, which I have on here, on the slide. Oh, this is a good one. This one is Canvas, but I highly, highly recommend it. It's called Socializing 101. It follows a group of young adults. They're all in college. 3 of them are friends. The 4th one that transferred from Ireland. And it is going through a lot of like mental health issues and really healthy ways of going about it. And it's also a very good romance webtoon. Actually, I'll type it here real quick. Boop. Socializing 101. Probably, yeah, I spelled that wrong. I recommend, this is like my non-featured webtoon recommend. It's also very beautifully written. That doesn't surprise me that Solo Leveling would be getting an animated adaptation as it's so popular. I know Lore Olympus is getting something at some point for Netflix. No worries, no worries. The third category here, the information analysis, is basically like if I'm not watching a Niji Sanji member play a game or something, I'm usually finding people that analyze certain media. So the Kanepo effect is one that I highly recommend for anyone that likes anime. He ends up dissecting and doing research into different anime studios, into what they're doing to get their anime off the ground, and also just looking at the finer details of what that animation is going through. So for example, I very highly recommend the Kanepa's Effects video on Spy Family, because it's where I learned that Spy Family is made by 2 separate animation studios that are doing equal work. There are leads in both studios for different departments, and they're balancing the work amazingly. It doesn't even really look like there's 2 animation studios. Heuristic Studies is more for those that know about Magic the Gathering. He does a lot of art analysis. And then New Rockstars is for my Marvel Cinematic Universe fixes. And then this other thing here, movies and TV. I do quite enjoy all the Marvel stuff. I notoriously got all my family into watching it. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Stuff like, what's it? I used to watch Death Battle a lot. Just because of the analytical work that they would do. Although I feel like they're getting a little too... I don't know how to describe it. Like, Death Battle used to be really good, but it's starting to get bland? Maybe that's the word. But, you know, speaking of comic books, like Marvel Cinematic Universe, I absolutely love it. Nothing against DC. It just hasn't intrigued me as much. I am more recently a fan of Star Wars. I enjoyed the films when I was younger. But it's really the TV shows that have been bringing me back. Mandalorian, Boba Fett. Very good shows. Death Battle is getting old. And I think, like, they're trying to stick to their old formula, which was good, but they're adding too much, I think. Game of Thrones, if you just ignore the last season, is very good. Russian Doll If you have Netflix, I highly recommend Russian Doll. I actually still need to watch season 2. It's a must. Animal docu shows. I just like animals. I like learning more about animals. You just put on Planet Earth and you chill. We do all get old. Yeah. Yeah. You're talking to the 30-year-old here. A 30-year-old who still watches animation. Never be ashamed of watching animated things. They're getting very good these days. Like Owl House. I've only watched a couple of episodes with some people in Discord. But it's very good. Why did I put action comedies? I guess like stuff like Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead. Stuff like that. I do tend to like action comedies. And then food docu shows. Anything where they're like over-analyzing how to cook a particular food. Like I think they have Chef's Table on Netflix. I love watching that show and discovering, yes, food documentaries. Food documentaries are amazing. There's this one episode of Chef's Table that I've watched where it's this white guy, Ian, I think his name is? No, Ivan. His name is Ivan. And he had this long, interesting story where Mark Wiens, pretty big food YouTube channel. I don't know of that one, but I'm gonna write that down for later. Because I definitely want to check it out. Mark Wins Food YouTube. Thank you for that knowledge. It was delicious. I watch cooking shows every so often myself. I used to watch Cake Boss a lot. I used to watch Cake Boss a little bit as well. That does tend to go into more like the reality show type of thing. But it is still food. Food is delicious. Food is everything. Food. Now, you two are going to have a very grand time with this next one. I added this slide very late because I feel like it didn't get enough attention. I love 2D men. There is nothing more I enjoy in this world than staring at a 2D man in an anime, in a game, on a live stream. So, if you don't know what this is, on one of the Discords I'm in, they were playing a little, yes, the bingo, Asmo knows. They were playing a game of 2D men bingo. I misunderstood the assignment, but it was supposed to be like you make a bingo sheet with characteristics of 2D men that you like. Like say, oh, dark hair and tights and whatever else. And make a bingo card and give it to someone else and see if they get a bingo with your card. Oh, yes, Natsume. Yes, it was the best one. It was literally the best one. So, because I misunderstood the assignment, I thought it was pick out a bunch of 2D men and put them on a bingo card. They do. They do just hit different. The theme of this bingo card, because it's not random, these are all 2D men that are either from an otome game, an anime based off of an otome game, or at the very least, a reverse harem anime. Gender envy do be a thing. But yes, this was a very consolidated, neat list of 2D men I enjoy. Does anyone have questions about any of these or what shows they are from? Because I would love to divulge all of this. There's a few that I think are hilarious. No, actually, let me think about that. They're all at least over the age of 16. And I say that because I think Jack Howell is technically still in high school. The Wolfman here is still in high school. I just realized I could just make some of these bigger to show you. Alright, Asmo has requested it. So, I'm gonna go ahead and go one at a time and like just enlarging these to show. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Can I order bring to front? Haha! I figured it out. So, this is Victor. I forgot his last name. Lee. Victor Lee. He is from... Bear with me here. My producer... No, my god. What was it called? This is a game that I quit, but not because... I'll get into why later. Mr. Love... Okay. Mr. Love Queen's Choice is the game. It is a mobile gacha game, otome game. I used to play it quite a while. That is a very wet shirt. I forget what the story was, because this is a card that all the cards in the game relate to a story that you have with the character. And I want to say that you got injured or something and he fell. And this isn't even the full image. I had to crop it for this bingo card. But so basically, and this game also has an anime that I do recommend. It's made by MAPPA. It's fairly good. Fairly good with referencing the source material as well. But Mr. Love, Queen's Choice is about you as the main character. You are a producer of, like, television shows. No, yeah, only one of his buttons is there. Holding on. For dear life. But you know, so you're in this... It's in the future. Or it might be the present day at this point. And you have these 4 love interests. But you and all 4 love interests have superpowers of some form that you have to hide from everyone. And it's very dramatic. It is like one of the most dramatic otome games that has ever existed. And Victor here is like the one where when you were children, you were captured by... No, those are spoilers. Watch the anime. Watch the anime. Just watch the anime. Alright, I'm gonna have to undo the things. And move on to the next one. Nope, no spoilers. No spoilers for any of you. Actually, Victor has the most powerful thing in the world. He can stop time. He can just stop time. Although, when he does, anyone else that has powers can also just continue to exist and move about freely when he freezes time. It's very interesting. Okay. Let's move on. This is Jumin Han. He is from a... Yes, Zawardo style. It is very Zawardo style. He will just stop time. Nothing's moving. And he can do that for about as long as he wants. It is very overpowered. I'll give you this spoiler anyway. That eventually he's able to just... He ends up having to travel through time as well. But that ends up being an accident, not his powers. Pardon. Mystic Messenger was really good. So, this is Jumin Han. He is from Mystic Messenger. And this gets into the category of archetype of men that for some reason all of their bad routes are the same. All of them. Zen was cool too. So, I'm very easy. I love dark hair men a lot. Especially the CEOs. I think I have at least 5 of them on this list. Hello? Thank you. CEO, I think he is too. Fun fact, this guy and that guy are voiced by the same Japanese voice actor in their respective animes. It's silly. Okay, yeah, that's about it. Oh, actually, he owns some kind of, like, company. He also owns... He's a doctor. It doesn't matter. Jumin Han. From Mystic Messenger, which is an otome game where you're basically talking to people through text and phone calls. And we don't talk about the bad route because that'll unlock some of my inner darkest fantasies. Anyways, this is one that Asmo will know very well. And let's see, what time is it? No, we're still fine. This is Diavolo. He is from the otome game Obey Me. This is actually a screenshot that I was able to grab off my phone. He's also a CEO, technically. This is troublesome. But he's a very cheerful, good boy, himbo-ish. He's actually very smart. Yes, Diavolo is my beloved. I love him so much. Like, instantly when I started the game and they start you on the screen and he's the first one that pops up, I was just like, I get to date you? And then when, like, I started at the beginning of the, like, when the game first came out, I was so sad that I couldn't date him. It took a year for them to implement him to be dateable. I was so mad. But he's such a sweetheart. He's just very, very devoted, but also just the body. Like, his body is essentially this guy's body down here. He is very daddy energy as well. Alright, next up. Whip. And dead. So, this one is from, at the moment, what I'll say is my favorite otome game-based anime, Kamigami no Asobi. This is also one of the very few that you can see the name in the background. His name is Apollon, and he's a very cheerful, good boy. The anime is about you as the MC are selected as a representative human to go to... You're like isekai, kinda. It's like isekai adjacent. You're teleported up to the realm of the gods or something by Zeus, who's like, these select gods are misunderstanding the concept of taking care of humans, and you have to teach them about humanity and why it's awesome. And Apollo is one of them, for some reason. He is just the most cheerful and forwardly flirty good boy. He is. He is very much like a certain wolf boy VTuber that we both know. Totally didn't put that there on purpose. But Apollo is very nice. And you know, like, sometimes I usually go for like kind of the dark broody ones, but Apollo was that exception. I just think he's very sweet. The anime is very good though. It's one of the very few anime that I've shown people a particular episode out of context, and it got them hooked onto it, so we watched the whole thing. And it's one of those ones where, even though you don't get to have them choose. None of them get chosen in the end, but it leaves room for more later. Next is questionable decisions number 853. Not for debut, but if we're doing any sort of like tier list of shorts of any of these, absolutely. So this is Jisoo. He is from Dandelion. I never got to play this game myself, but I've watched many a streamer, one particular streamer, play it. Jisoo is a cat boy, and he I don't know why I said it like that. Anyways, so Dandelion is a Korean otome game, and the premise is basically the MC returns home one day. She's been very conflicted about a lot of things in regards to her university life and her future. And she, in her room, is a basket with 5 animals, 3 rabbits and 2 cats. And it's one of the older style otome games where you have to work a heck of a lot to progress through the paths of each boy. But at some point, you're taking care of these pets. And eventually one of them transforms into a hot anime boy right in front of you. I want to say there's another picture of Jisoo in the Discord server somewhere that it relates to Kane, because he is Dark Kane, basically. Jisoo is Dark Kane. And it's so bad to the point where, yet again, like, I unfortunately have a very dangerous type in regards to the bad routes that I may have to elaborate further in the future, but, but Jisoo is a very good boy overall. Alright, let's get on to the next one. Dandelion is very fun. That's probably one that I would play in the future on stream. Maybe. I don't know. I am not wrong. Thank you, Asmo. Next we have this one I am playing at the moment. So if you I never got into it. So the reason that there's 2 reasons why I quit the game that Victor is from. MLQC is the abbreviation. There's 2 reasons I quit this game. One, I was getting kind of bored of it. But 2 was due to voice acting issues, which are kind of political, so I'm not going to get into them that badly. But like right around the time where I wanted to quit anyway, a better version of that game ended up coming out. So Tears of Themis is made by Hoyoverse, which are the same makers as Genshin Impact. And it's an otome game with 4 love interests, and Artem is just the most amazing male wife husbando ever. He is a senior attorney lawyer at 28. Your character is 24 in this game, by the way. He's an attorney. He cooks. He cleans. He's just heavily devoted to the main character. He's just so attentive and amazing. It's absolutely mind-boggling. I love him. I love Artem very much. He doesn't have like dark tendencies. Like, he looks like he would be a very like rude CEO type, but no, he's actually just really, really nice. Oh, wait until you see some of the other games that Hoyoverse is coming out with, like in theme with Wolf Boy here. There's gonna be There's gonna be like another wolf daddy from Hoyoverse, and it worries me a lot for my sanity. He is male wife Toma, but cooler. Like, Toma's very cool. I love Toma. Like, Toma is absolutely male wife material, but Artem is just, like, cool. So, actually, I want to say this... Actually, wait. There might be a few more on this list that are not... Well, no, they purposely design all these games so that they are of age. Continuing on. This is Jack Howell. He is from Twisted Wonderland, which is the Disney-owned, not really an otome game. I kind of counted it because it's, you know, I needed more people. And, you know, I have, like, 1, 2, 3 wolf people here. And 1 cat. So, Jack Howell is from Twisted Wonderland. Not an otome game, so you're not actually ever dating any of them. Go to high school. He is a nice, stoic wolf boy, a little too serious. Very, very caring, though. With arms that could crush me into... Anyways. The next one, and this is one that I have so much trouble trying to find ever, at all times, to the point where it is the only one where the characters just didn't have a Wikipedia about them. Imagine that. Not even one single wiki fandom about this anime. Yeah, the rhythm game aspect is interesting, and they change up how the rhythm works in the game. So, okay. There we go, that works. So, this is Namek. I actually have to double check that. Namek. Okay, it is Namek. See, I had to double check that because I thought it was Namek originally. Tried to Google search it a million times because I had forgotten what the anime was called. And I don't even know if there's a game based on this because it might be just in Japan. But this anime is hilarious. Namek is essentially a prince of a war-faring nation. Your character is the princess of this very small country. Oh, we'll get to them. It's the only... Uta no Prince-sama is the only one where I have 3 different boys. Mostly because I ran out of boys, and I made an exception because they're one from each group in the game. So, Namek, from Dame Prince, he is very, very himbo. He is so dumb. His entire first entrance sequence into the show is just a very long prologue of him walking towards the camera out of smoke, dancing. And he is so full of himself. He has so many paintings, and one thing he does is like, would you like this painting of me? I don't know why I like him so much. He's so dumb. And his stupid boa. That's one where if I figure out the logistics of it, I will have a watch along of this anime on this Twitch. Because I need more people to talk to about it. It's so good. I feel like I myself have become increasingly more and more like unhinged as this stream has gone on. Which is fine because we have an hour until Luna. So next, and yes, I spelt it wrong, but this is Toma from Amnesia, which, why not? I've been shamelessly plugging them all day. So, our good boy Keen Knight here. You've been unhinged. What do you mean? It's fine. We welcome unhinged at this library. This is my library. You don't have to be quiet. There is a quiet section that you can be quiet in. But this is a simping library. Sorry, pardon. So, Amnesia is a fairly well-known otome game. I'm not going to get too much into the plot because our resident Invicta good wolf boy here, Keen Knight, is actually going to be streaming Amnesia with Lady Loki in a few days. So, I'm not going to go too much into the plot of Amnesia because they're going to do it anyway. But Toma is a very nice, like, older brother vibe character. No, it's good. I'm still not going to go into a plot anyway. But anywho, and just in case people come back for the VOD, I want more people to know that that's happening. So Toma from Amnesia. It's a very complicated plot, so I'm not going to get into it, also because it's a very complicated plot. But he has very big brother vibes, cares for the MC in his route, cares a little too much, we'll say, and again, I must reiterate that I have a problem with people that are possessive, apparently. Gosh, I'm starting to forget all the people's names. I said this already, but I'm going to try my darndest to get through all of these now. Because for the next... a lot of these are more niche and I haven't seen in a while. Ogai Mori is from Meiji Tokyo Renka, where your character goes back in time to Meiji era Tokyo, and there's a lot of hot boys based off of historical figures. There even is a hot boy based off an Irish novelist who wrote down a bunch of Japanese folklore tales. And Ogai Mori is the main love interest. He's the one the character first runs into, and he's like, just to make sure that the main character isn't seen as too weird, is like, this is my fiance. She's gonna live with me. Or she's already living with me. Don't worry about it. And he's very sussy forward, like flirty. But his backstory is a little dark. A little dark. No, Kane, go back in the middle. They do, yeah. Oh yeah, he is a writer, that's right. Who was the doctor? Doesn't matter. Nope. Me. I'm gonna have to look at this guy's name, because I also spelt the name wrong here too. This is Akito Shukuri. Akito. And he's from Norn 9. This is one that I was running out of options. Yes, there's a lot of anime based off of that era of time about Meiji. Actually, this one down here, when we get to it, is also based around the Meiji era Japan, although they are not all based off of historical figures. So, Akito Shukuri is from Norn 9. This is one where I only saw the anime. Most of these I've only seen the anime, not played the game. I think my favorite interpretation of Dazai is probably the one from Bungo to Alchemist. I have heard that one is very good. I'll have to check it out. But let's see. Norn 9 is interesting because both the anime and the game, there are 3 different main character girls that each have 3 different love interests. So it's not like you have 9 options, it's you as 3 different people have 3 options each, which I think is interesting. A little tad more interesting than just one girl having a giant harem. Okay. I'll look at it later. After stream. But the reason I remember Akito so much is that he is another good, protective, maybe slightly himbo-ish, brooding lad who turns into a wolf in one of the episodes. I totally don't have a problem. Alright. So this next one I had to search for a lot as well. It was very much a struggle for me to remember who this guy was. And duly note that I'm going off of the Japanese dub, not English, for this. But this is Jolly. He is from, oh my god, what's the full name of the game? La Storia della Arcana Familia. Very long name. La Storia della Arcana Familia, or shortened to Arcana Familia, is both a game and an anime where the main character girl is the daughter of an Italian mafia boss, where her and a bunch of other members of this mafia have tarot card themed powers. Oh, interesting. Alright. Wait. Huh. Alright. I'll check that out, Asmo. But you know, I had to search a lot to try to remember that Jolly was the one that I was interested in. He's just very forward and very interested without seeming too creepy or too childish, I should say. I like the aesthetic of just mysterious guy in glasses. We don't need to talk about him. 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 Go away. Go away. No. Go in the corner. A peek from the edge. Okay. We don't need to talk about him. So, this is another one that is very, very niche, because not a lot of people know about it. This is Rintaro Kira from Kinkabancho. Discord sound. Did I have a Discord sound go off? Make sure I mute this tab. Okay. Oh. See, another interesting window here. Anyways. Don't worry about that. So, Rentaro Kira. You know, I am forgetting that there are a couple other, let's see, at least 16-year-olds on this list, because Japan is Japan. and they be Japan about any of this. Mostly all the high school nonsense. But this anime is interesting. It is the girl has to pretend to be her brother and go to an all-boys school that is all just a bunch of gangster guys. And this one was just my favorite one. There's nothing really in particular special about him. This one, on the other hand, also kind of high school-ish age. But not really, because he's a demon. And this was the best picture I could get, because this anime is fairly old. Hiro no Kakira? I think that's not the full name of the anime. But this is one of the very few reverse harem anime where the main character actually ends up with someone. Especially since it is also based off of a game. But the main selling point for this character is that if you know about Gintama, then you know about Gintoki. This is the same voice actor. I was smitten immediately. Because I can pick out voices fairly easily. We'll put them away now. No, you stay there. Speaking of more Meiji era characters, really trying to speed run now because I want to move on. Yeah. This is Hayato Ozaki from Libra of Nil Admirai. Libra of Nil Admirari. My god. Who was the Japanese person that came up with that name? So, he is another main character, or the main love interest, who the main character is, spoiler alert, engaged to, but she doesn't know it. But this anime is actually fairly interesting. The premise is that there's this particularly special police force. Okay. I'll look at it later. After my stream. But Hayato Ozaki, the anime he comes from, the premise of it is basically there are these books that are written that are cursed. Either by terrible feelings that the writer put onto them, and there's a special police force that is trying to take control of the books. Or, like, be able to get rid of the books, get them off the streets. And the main character girl ends up having the power to see the aura of power or the cursed aura coming off of any of these books. So, of course, she gets involved with this police force. And this is one of the lead guys of it. Speaking of people voiced by Sugita. So, I forgot about this actually. This one, that one, and this one are all voiced by the same Japanese voice actor, and it annoys me how much that voice gets me. This one is Aoyama. I forgot his last name, but Aoyama. Wait, no, that's his first name. Get out of here, Jolly. Itsuki Aoyama. My poor slides, I swear. And this is another interesting reverse harem anime that's based off of a video game with a very banger opening theme song. The main character of the story, she works at a... Oh my gosh! What was that? Who did that? Wampa Wookie! Wait, Wampa Wookie. I know that name. Is that you? I know this person. Wampa, speak. Speak or forever hold your peace, my friend. You just got to the part where I'm talking about anime. Yeah, my boy Wampa. This is one of my real life friends as well. He is a very good boy. Like many of the 2D men that I'm talking about. Wampa, you like it. You came in on an interesting time. But to repeat my general info, I'm HattyDrago. I'm a dream eater of knowledge VTuber stuck in a library. And I love eating and sharing knowledge with everyone. So currently, we're sharing my love of terribly fantastic 2D men. Oshis. Ignore the wolf in the corner. Yes, it was a very interesting time. So, anyways, try to speedrun this. Isuke Aoyama, because I will continue to forget his name, but he stuck out to me because of his voice. The main character of this anime works for a police force that's coming up with a very special drug hunt unit, and the main character is unaffected by drugs, basically. And Aoyama is one of the people that helps her the most. And is voiced by Sugita, which is the main point. I moved way too many stuff around. General Asmodeus, is it now? But yes, Worlds colliding. Skipping over a few of these. Not skipping, but like speedrunning. This is Teika Ichijo. He comes from Magic Kyun, where the main character goes to a school full of artists that, when you make the art, a bunch of sparkly magical effects happen, and stuff and things happen from there. This is the main character boy, and there's no other good pictures of him, for some reason. This one is a big one, because Asmodeus is going to know this. Is very familiar face within one of the other VTuber communities. What did I miss? Oh, ha 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 ha. Yes. Oh, that's right, Wumpa. We have to talk about Star Wars at some point. You weren't born in the wrong month. Stop it. Anyways, this is Ayato from Diabolic Lovers, which is still probably one of the worst anime ever made. It makes me cringe very hard. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a lot of talks about Star Wars in the future. But yeah, Diabolic Lovers is basically the MC is dropped off at a random house for no reason, because her grandfather said so, I guess. And she gets abused by vampires. And I mean, he's like the least asshole one of them, which is a terrible thing to say. Yeah, no, it's I went through the whole thing. I've watched both seasons. It's not worth it, but it does do things to not go completely off the rails. And it doesn't help that a certain demon lord that you and me both know as Mo keeps using this stupid person as one of his notifications. It's like his favorite GIF or something. GIF, whatever. So we're gonna put him away. He goes in the corner now. And we're gonna talk about the one that I have shirtless here. You move too. Help. Yes, that one. That one. Laz. Oh dear. we're going to get through this one quickly so that the TOS does not flag me, but I'm sure if it hasn't gotten Taiga yet, or any of the other Invicta brothers, I will be fine. This is Natsume from Brothers Conflict, which is another, like, kind of cringy reverse harem anime, but it's one of my favorites. Oh, wait, actually, since Wampa is here... Wampa, you remember him, right? You're one of the ones I had watch Kamigami no Asobi with me. But anyways, Natsume... You go in the corner for now. Go in the corner. Yes. Yes, you remember this. I had you sit through this anime. Alright. Oh my god. So, Natsume from Brothers Conflict. Brothers Conflict is about the girl gets married into... No, that's not the right word. Her dad marries this woman who has like 13 sons that are all of different ages. So, it is legal incest. Yes, Kamigami no Asobi is so good. If I can figure out a legal way to do it, I will have just like a watch-along stream of just watching this anime. It is so good. Brothers Conflict is not. Natsume is my favorite because he's a video game... He works at a video game studio. He's just very polite. With the assets. Yes, the woman has 13 sons. One of them is like 10, and this is in very poor taste for this game because like all of them are kind of potential love interests. I've never played the game myself, but it irks me that they have like a very young child as one option. But for the most part, all of them are adults, or at the very least in high school at one point. But Natsume is like the most normal out of them, with the least amount of baggage. Somehow. And with not too bad of an age gap, because the girl is also still in high school. But if I'm looking at him through my eyes of just appreciating an adult... Anyways. We put him away now. And we talk about this trash fire of an anime that I also want to introduce people to because no one knows what it is. This is Rem Kagenuki from Dance with Devils. Dance with Devils is about a girl, like all of these are, and she's going to high school, like most of these people are. Most of these MCs are. And she has like divine power in her or something, and all of these devil demons want to eat her. And such. Rem is the main character. It just ends up becoming kind of a wholesome relationship between the two of them eventually. But what I want to talk about most is the fact that this anime even exists. Dance with Devils, every single episode has a musical number. A full-on musical number. Episode 1, the girl is just walking to school and she's just like, I'm gonna have a good day at school or something like that. I forget how the song goes, but it's just like, why does this exist? There's even a musical number in one episode because for some reason these devils have a Pomeranian that is actually itself a devil butler. It's a Pomeranian dog. And he ends up having a musical number eventually. And there were just a bunch of singing Pomeranians. Like, this anime was wild. Like, just imagine. Borf, borf. Borf, borf. I'm just a Pomeranian. I'm so sorry, Kane. Please never watch this. Oh god. Speaking of more wolf boys. Luke Bowen from Phantom in the Twilight. Sorry I'm moving him around so much. But Luke Bowen is just a very nice boy. The anime, you know, the girl goes to... Is it Japan? Or is it China? No, it's England. She goes to England. From China, funny enough, I think. And she finds a cafe run by supernatural, handsome men, a vampire, a werewolf, and a zombie. And this ghost mascot. And Luke is just a very nice second route main character. Yes, please do. It's actually pretty good. And Luke is just like a very nice chef. He makes the good pasta. And has this really tragic story with his brother. It's very nice. He's a good boy. Good anime. And now, last but not least, we're gonna do all of these at once. Cause ain't nobody got more time to talk about anime boys. Okay. So, all three of these characters are from the same anime / video game, so I'm just going to talk about them all at once. They're from Uta no Prince Sama, which is a rhythm game. And the anime itself is very, very reverse harem. The most reverse harem. Probably one of the best ones. Takuya Ichinose is from the main group, the main character group of the show. And he's kind of the main love interest, I think. But he's very, let's see, kind of a mix of Sasuke early on with an alt personality that makes you think of him having a double life like Hannah Montana. But ultimately he ends up becoming a good boy. This guy, who I forgot his name, Ranmaru Kurosaki, is from the second group of idol boys. These are also idol boys. I should have mentioned that. He's from the second group. He's a very hard rocker guy. And it's just heartstring pulls. And then lastly, because I needed one more person in this list, is Kira Sumiragi. He's just very chill. That's it. We're done with his slide. We're done with this slide. Okay, now that we're done with that slide, I get to talk about my schedule for this week. Because I have one. I really should have put the dates here. I should have put the dates here. It's fine. So, I'm going to be streaming about the same time every day, 5 p.m. EST, just because it's convenient time slot for me. I get to enjoy most of my day and just come back and do whatever. Monday, tomorrow, I'm going to be picking up Genshin Impact again. I haven't been able to play for the past couple weeks. There's a new update, and I do not know what the event quest holds yet. I have thankfully been spoiler-free so far. And then the other 4 games that are on this list are actually games back when to delve into politics a wee bit. When the Ukraine war was starting, they had a bundle on itch.io for purchase, and I ended up buying it. It was $10, and it has hundreds of games on it. Hundreds and hundreds, almost 1,000 games on it. And there's some really good games on it. These first 2, Celeste and Baba Is You, are very well-known games. Baba Is You won a couple of awards, and Celeste is an interesting game about a girl going through, like, it has, I don't know as much about it, but I've heard good things about it. It goes through this girl going through mental health issues, which at this point, who isn't going through some kind of thing? And then the other two games are also from the same Ichio bundle that I was curious about. Lucifer Within Us is a puzzle game where you're trying to solve various mysteries and root out the devil, the Lucifer within us, if you will. And then Kingdom 2 Crowns. It can be played solo or co-op, but I'm going to play it solo. Yes, Celeste is also very aesthetically pleasing with their art style, which is another reason why I wanted to start it. And I very specifically, I've had this bundle for forever now, but I specifically saved it for just in case I decided to stream it, because I knew it was something that I wanted to share with others. And then Kingdom 2 Crowns looks interesting. That's definitely going to be my random game to try for the week. As, I don't know, it's got builder mechanics, like you're expanding an empire of sorts, but it is a solo game and has some form of story. I noticed that, as you're evolving through the game, in the trailer for it, you end up getting different mounts. So you start with a horse, and you can get this lizard that breathes fire, or you can get a griffin, or a deer, or like some kind of unicorn thing. I don't know. It looks really cool. These are all just very cool aesthetic games that I wanted to try. And then Genshin Impact. And with that's the end of the slides. Wumpa, I'm gonna, if you're still in here, I'm gonna go back to a few slides though, cause you weren't here, but you already know me. I don't feel like I need to do a lot with this, but at least I'm gonna go back to my lore description slide. Dream Eater, I eat knowledge, I'm trapped in a library, I found a loophole on how to get out occasionally, so I can continue to eat dreams. Yes. I have various likes and dislikes. I like knowledge, I like literature, I like art, I like music, I like food, not pineapple. I like video games, I like many things. Of course they are. Of course they are. Like, oh, in a little bit, I guess we can have like a free talk section before the Elune stream starting. Oh yeah, Wumpa, if you're still here. I am going to end stream at some point soon-ish, so that we may all go and watch the new Niji Sanji EN content. Oh yes, you're welcome. I want to be able to share all the knowledge, including knowledge of myself, with any and all that are interested. Oh, I should also see, this is the basic info of my name, my age, which I've already, you know what, I already said it. I already said what my age is on stream. That's pointless. Even though I probably shouldn't, I don't care. There are plenty of VTubers that have already revealed their ages of their own volition. Maybe. See if you can round up a few others to do so as well. I'm sure there are plenty that would be interested. But if not, let's see. I don't know. We'll see. But also, Wumpa, here is a giant list of anime manga that exist, that I like. That I didn't get to talk about a lot of them, but that's fine. We'll talk about them all another day. Yes. There's one of these here that I know, there's a couple of these here that I know Wumpa knows of. And then I had this last likes slide. This is all just to like debrief everything that I've talked about. Who do we think has... I mean, both of them, technically. A lot of the people that are in Invicta... Wampa, sorry. We're talking about the two of the Discords that me and Asmo are a part of. Which, if you want to, I will send you the links to join them as well, because it's just very lovely communities of people that exist in them. But yeah, a lot of the people that are in Invicta are also in Laz's Empire, and vice versa. Who would be more perceptive to hang out and react to it is another story. I'm not 100% sure. But we're also not really supposed to be promoting other streams within general chats. Watch party. Maybe? I mean, I'm just going to be watching on my Fire Stick on the side here. But you know, I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of... Oh no, that wasn't the window I wanted. Bloop, bloop. We're gonna go back to here. Oh. I'll keep that there for now. For the Wumpa. So on my side here, this is my full model that I designed myself. Kind of. There's an online thing that you can download called VOD Studio. It is free. So I technically did make this model. I do not have a model mama. I am my own mother. Up until I can afford to redesign. But I actually quite like my design. I did do my clothes. I designed the details of the shirt. Yes, thank you, Wampa. Yes. It has been 2 hours now. Actually, I'm going to wait for it to exactly get to 2 hours because that's kind of important for, you know, trying to get to affiliate. You can't really zoom it. Can I zoom in? I tried this before and it didn't. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. I'm zoomed in now. If you can see, the jacket is very textured. I did that. I went over it with like a texture brush in Procreate, and it came out pretty well, I think. But you know, unfortunately, like the camera tracker that I'm using doesn't account for the bottom half of my body, so you're probably never going to see that. Yes. Yes. I'm very certain they will. I know Kite and Taiga are big fans of Niji Ian. I'm certain there are many that are big fans of Niji Ian. 30 seconds until the 2-hour mark happens. The 2-hour mark is basically like for me to get to affiliate at least 2 hours a day for certain amounts of days will be very helpful. I am not actually. I am using a webcam that I bought. It's from Razer. I forget what its name is, but it's that type of thing. Although I do know, like, there's good software on iPhones, but I don't have an iPhone, and I cannot afford one yet. That will be a future improvement, probably. On top of everything else that I can futurely improve. Including, Wampa, since you're here, I can show you some things. So, this is my starting soon screen that I designed myself. It is animated. Oh, and I didn't mention this before, but, so the text that is on the right side there is Irish. I had someone on Discord translate it for me, and, oh god, what did it say? I have to look this up. Very important. Very, very cool things. Because this library that I live in is canonically called the Wealth of Knowledge which is very, very fun thing to say. Where is it? This one. Okay, so... Oh god, I forgot to actually translate it. In my Google Doc, I should say. I can do things. So it's the Irish sign. It says, "Welcome to the Wealth of Knowledge Library, where learning is a reality and dreams are eaten." So, as the animation is going, there, it has a mouth pop up to eat the part that says the dreams are being eaten. I thought that was very clever. And then we'll get to this in a little bit, but this is my end of stream slide that I made today in like an hour. So yeah. Alright, it's been about 2 hours. We have 15 minutes left until the Aluna Niji reveals or debuts start happening. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you, Wampa. It is slightly scuffed, but I do think I put in a good amount of work to start where I am today. Yes. And more fun to come. I'll be playing games all this week. And hopefully more news in the future of what's happening with me. Disco! Hello! Wait, what's that? What is that emote? Disco, what is that emote? I am concerned. Is that a... Oh, is it the prayer hands? I can't tell. I'm blind. I'm not blind. Gosh, what did my thing go? Leaned on. Out his hands. Okay. Yeah, sure. That'll be good, Asmo. Disco, I also offer this to you and Wampa both. That me and Asmo are in a Discord group with a group of VTubers known as Invicta, and they're all very friendly there. And while I don't have a Discord myself yet, I'm waiting to hit affiliate before I do so. You two are more than welcome to go there. I'll send you a link if you want. It would be good to have more people I know there as well to join the chaos that is the internet. All right, I am officially going to end stream now. Thank you everyone for showing up. Let's review all the nice people that came by. Yeah. We had Disco and Big Teddy, both friends of mine. They ended up following before the stream even started, so thank you for that. Thank you for the follows there. Also had Crystal Princess Sue, Sarah, a friend from Laz's server. All right, I'll see you there, Asmo. We had Iobrea follow. We had Asmodeus follow. We had Shukakadu follow. And then Wampa just followed about a half hour ago. Yes. Thank you everyone for coming by. There will be more fun streams ahead. Much knowledge to be shared and eaten. And I do hope that when next you go to bed, that your dreams are delicious. Thank you very much. Have a good night, everyone. Or time zone of time. Yes. I really need to add some music to this screen, huh? Yeah. Well, yep. See you guys later. Bye.